a lot of toxic, narcissistic content creators or podcasters out there that are taking their childhood anger and childhood frustrations out on people as adults.
Groupthink has y'all brains fried. All comprehension has gone out the window. It's the way y'all take someone's differing opinion than what you like and what you support as hate.
Yeah, people will talk a lot about community, but what they really mean is a cult. But see, if you're not paying attention, you're not going to pick up on it. If they want you to brush dangerous behavior under the rug, if they all think that you need to think and look alike about everything, that is culty. That's not a community.
Free game. A friend of your op ain't your friend. I don't care what you say. I don't care how I'm mature. I'm not in that. Listen, you are definitely an op by association. Okay? Because I can't trust you to be my friend and somebody who I don't rock with's friend too. Because I'm going to have to assume that every piece of information that I give you, there's a possibility that they can have it. And the last thing I'm going to do is let somebody have one up on me because I wanted a friend.
The views and opinions expressed in this video are my own and are not intended to be taken as facts or professional advice. I'm simply sharing my personal perspective on a topic that's being discussed on a public platform. Any resemblance to the truth, actual facts, or to reality is purely coincidental. Viewer discretion is advised. Let me ask y'all something. Why do people support creators who make their entire platform off the backs of tearing people down? Why is it that the louder, messier, and more mean-spirited someone is online, the more support they seem to get? Right now, there's a content creator who goes live almost every day, for hours, while spending most of their time dragging one particular man and his family. No matter what the topic may be, they're quick to circle right back to him. And the viewer's rewarded. There's a loyal following too. People who believe everything that's being said, even when no proof is offered. And the wildest part, they literally pay to keep it. They send cash apps, super chats, give hella praises in the comments, all while the toxic creator is actively slandering somebody else. Anyone else, they don't really care who it is. But today, we're not actually talking about the content creator. We're talking about why this kind of behavior gets so much support. What is it about the drama, bullying, and baseless commentary that draws people in and keeps them there? You're listening to Voice and Value, and today we're digging into the culture of toxic content creation and what it says about us. Social media gave everyone a platform, and now a mobile phone and an opinion can turn anybody into a public figure overnight. It's true. But not all platforms are built on truth. Some are built on targeting people, manipulating narratives, and keeping up just conflict every day just to keep their audience engaged. Drama sells, and conflict creates clicks. And when the same person is targeted over and over again, especially someone who's been through public struggles, it becomes easy for an audience to pick a side, to sit back, grab some popcorn, and just enjoy the mess as it unfolds. Oh, these aren't uplifting lives. They're live streams built on simply tearing someone down. Many of the followers didn't come for the truth. Oh no, they came for validation. They want to watch someone say things they've been too quiet to say or too bitter to admit. There's a psychological reason why people believe lies faster than the truth. And it's called confirmation bias. People don't really want new information. They want to feel right about the feelings they already have. So say, for instance, if someone already dislikes a particular man or feels some kind of way about his past, a content creator who constantly drags him becomes a welcome voice. Not because she's trustworthy, but because her narrative feels good to the people who need a reason to keep judging him. Even if her stories don't add up. Even when the receipts never come, or when they do, they don't add up either. People still believe her because the drama aligns with what they want to be true. And over time, the lies being repeated daily, they start to feel like fact. It even gets spread as fact or hot tea. But there's another layer to this loyalty that can't be ignored, and that's trauma bonding. Many of the followers watching this toxic behavior aren't just being entertained. They're emotionally invested. They see pieces of themselves in the creator. Maybe they also grew up in chaos. Maybe they had abusive or emotionally unavailable parents, or maybe they never felt heard or seen or protected. Birds of a feather flock together. So when the creator shares a story that kind of hints at a past hurt, these followers feel it deep in their gut. They connect to her. Not just because they believe her, but because they recognize her pain. They feel like she's one of them. And in that trauma bond, logic takes a back seat. They ignore the lies, they'll even excuse the cruelty and justify the dragging because in their minds, she's just doing what she has to do to survive. In their mind, she's not toxic. She's real. She's not a bully. For them, she's healing. But what starts out as shared pain, it eventually morphs into a shared dysfunction. And instead of breaking the cycle, they end up fueling it together. One band, one sound. Now here's where things get even more interesting. When you're watching a live stream with hundreds of people who all think the same way, it becomes easy to, kind of get caught up. Well, that's called groupthink. And it's dangerous. The live chat becomes an echo chamber. The host says something reckless, and instead of questioning it, the comments light up with applause. They cheer her on. They laugh at the insults, and they repeat the lies as if they witnessed them firsthand. This ain't just commentary anymore. It's bullying in real time with a whole hype squad behind it. Some of these viewers used to support the very person being dragged, but now they've switched sides. Not because they learned something new, but because this creator is louder. She's more brutal. She offers daily entertainment at someone else's expense. They're not there for the truth. They couldn't care less about that. They're there for the chaos. And the worst part is that groupthink kills independent thought. In this space, the creator doesn't need to show any proof. She doesn't need to verify a single thing. All she has to do is say it with enough emotion, and her followers take it as fact. Or just repeat the nonsense over and over again. They don't judge the logic. They're not demanding any receipts either. Nobody's asking for clarification. They just go along with whatever is said, no matter how wild it sounds. They're just going along to get along. That's not support. What that is submission. When people stop thinking for themselves, the person with the loudest voice becomes the only voice they trust. And that's exactly what's happening here. No accountability, no skepticism, just blind allegiance. It's not loyalty either. It's this cult-like behavior where anything that challenges the dominant voice is dismissed as hate, jealousy, or betrayal. Groupthink creates a false sense of unity, but it's unity built on blind acceptance. And in that environment, truth doesn't matter. Only repetition does. Now let's talk about money. Every time she goes live, the cash starts rolling in. Donations come through while she's actively trashing someone's name. People pay her like she's hosting the show, except the show is just serving up public humiliation with a side of sarcasm. What we're witnessing is dragging for dollars. And it works. She doesn't have to be verifying anything. She doesn't need facts as long as she's entertaining the donations flow. And near the end of the month, that YouTube check is going to hit her account. Meanwhile, the man on the other end of this daily disrespect is left to deal with the emotional, mental, and reputational damage. This is what happens when negativity becomes a business model. People start feeding off of cruelty, not because it's right, but because it pays. And to a select group of people, it feels good. But here's the plot twist that goes over a lot of folks' head. Some of the most loyal supporters of this toxic content have become immune to the fact that people being bullied on these live streams aren't just internet personalities. They're also human beings who happen to be gay, overweight, disabled, or financially struggling. Some are even parents of these people. And yet, these insults are still met with laughter, with donations, with praise. And what's ironic is that many of the people watching fall into those exact same categories. Ain't that a kick in the head? They face rejection for how they look. They themselves have struggled to pay bills, maybe even now. They have loved ones who are part of the LGBTQ community or children with special needs. But in that moment, when the creator is mocking someone just like them, they laugh too. 3 and 4 lines full of laughing emojis. Some people would rather be close to the bully than be reminded that they could be the next target. There's a false sense of security in clapping along with cruelty, even when their cruelty reflects your own life. It's emotional manipulation at its core. When a creator can convince you to laugh at your own pain or someone else's that mirrors yours, that's exploitation. And if the only reason you're not being ridiculed is because you're clapping from the sidelines, ask yourself how long before you're next. Because if you're not exempt from the insult, you're not safe from the damage either. This video isn't about one person. It's about a culture that we've allowed to grow and even celebrate. We've made it normal to reward toxicity, normal to accept lies when they're entertaining, and normal to tip someone for bullying just because we don't like the person that's being bullied. But normal doesn't mean it's right. As viewers, we have the power to shift what's popular, to say this may be funny, but it's not okay, to unsubscribe from content that spreads harm, and to stop confusing commentary with cruelty. Ask yourself, what kind of energy am I feeding? Who am I clapping for? And would I still support that creator if I were the one being dragged? Well, here at Voice and Value, we're going to keep asking the hard questions, because your voice should add value, not volume. Oh, and newsflash, this one's hot off the press. Content creators are here to stay. Some will use their platform to uplift, to inform and empower, and others will use it to divide, to drain, and destroy. It doesn't take me to tell you that we can't control what someone else chooses to say. We know we can't police their platforms, but what we can do is control what we tune into, who we support, and how we show up in our own space. Every view, every share, every donation is a vote. A vote for the type of content we want to see more of. So the next time you see a creator profiting off of pain or selling out for shock value, ask yourself, is this feeding me? Or is this feeding the very thing I say I want to see less of? We got to take accountability, y'all. Not just as creators, but as consumers. Because at the end of the day, the algorithm follows our attention. If we want better, we have to support better. If we want truth, we have to model it. If we want peace, we have to stop pressing play on the chaotic lives. And if we want change, we have to represent it, embrace it, and support it like we mean it.
People literally come on this internet every single day and just straight up lie to people. They lie about the money they make, they lie about the things that they do, they lie about the things they have, from their cars to their homes. It's like so rampant, and the more that I've been working in this industry, the more that I'm able to pick up on it and see it. People just eat it up. They just eat it up every single time. Actually really sad and shocking, and I don't know why I'm just venting, but people that you think trust them and you kind of build something, you build like a rapport with them, and they get up on this internet and they lie to sell you things, courses, products, a lifestyle, and it's all bullshit. They just get away with it. Like, if someone is just, all their content is about all the money that they make, or just all their wins, it's win after win after win after win, you need to have some discernment, because they're making money off of you.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.